Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a very exciting video, and that is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Setting Powder. This is the first loose setting powder that Wet n Wild has released, and it's pretty exciting. I picked mine up in the shade Translucent. There was also Banana and one other, but I'm not 100% sure. It's just a twist off top, and then the powder looks like this. And so I am going to put on my makeup real fast, and then we'll come back to the setting of the makeup step. So I'll see you in a minute. All right. Hey guys, so I'm back. I have my base foundation on and my concealer. I used the new Revlon Photo Ready Candid Foundation. I got mine in the shade 240 Natural Beige. And then I used the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. Mine is in the shade Medium Peach. Alright, so now we're going to get into this powder. So I'm going to unscrew the cap. And it looks like this. I went ahead and took off the plastic last night and threw it in my makeup bag. And this is what it looked like this morning, but it's okay. It has almost like a yellowy brownish tint to it. Not really translucent in my opinion, but I guess we'll have to see how it performs. I put a little bit into here. And then I'm going to take this on a Moda brush. This is the brush that I've been using. So I'm swirling and I'm tapping and I'm just going to get that off. Oh my, that's a lot of powder. But I guess we need a lot of powder to see if the powder works. So I can see already that it's like darkening my concealer, which is weird, but need a little bit more because apparently that side wanted to play and the other side didn't. We'll just put it on this side too. Isn't this pretty? So I'm just gonna blend this in, even though I look kind of crazy because I put way too much on. So I'm going to dump the rest a little bit back in there and then screw on the cap. So this is kind of messy, but any loose setting powder can be messy. It's very finely milled. That's nice. And now I have translucent powder everywhere, including all over myself. So I'm going to use my mirror. And because I do have dry skin, I'm not actually going to leave my bake on very long. Oh my, yeah, I used way too much. Let me just point that out there. My skin looks so like cakey and powdery. Now this could be my own fault for accidentally putting too much on that one side and then trying to fix it by putting it on the other. But what I'm seeing is, even in the areas that I didn't put that much powder in and I just brushed it over, it looks very powdery. I mean, so it looks like it darkened my concealer a little bit because I like my concealer to be a bit lighter. Does look like it darkened that. I have powder everywhere. So I'm gonna get in close. It looks really powdery and really kind of cakey on the face. I know that this part is my fault, but even up here and into the nose and into this region, it just looks really powdery. I'm gonna have to give this another shot and see how it goes. Now I'm gonna see how other products blend on top of it. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in the shade Sunset Striptease, and we're gonna see if bronzer will blend on top of it. So powder seems to be, well, is it clinging? A little bit. It's clinging a little bit to the powder. You see what I mean? Like, there's like spots in here that seems to be more pigmented than these spots. Maybe I'm just seeing things. I don't know. I never claimed to be a makeup artist. I'm just your average girl trying to look beautiful. Without having to spend a ton of money. So it's picking up more on camera that it's patchy, but honestly, in real life, it's not that bad. As far as patchiness goes, I've seen a lot more patchy. Now, I do have like darkness under my eyes on both of them, and it's really emphasizing that, which is not cool in my opinion, but again, it could be my fault. So there is that. I'm going to try to blend this out to try to make it look less patchy, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have went back over and I've actually taken the powder brush with the setting powder on it, trying to blend. This side doesn't look as bad as this side does, but it looks better, not great. Again, could be totally my fault. Alright, so now we're going to try some blush, and I'm using the Burt's Bees blush in the shade Shy Pink. It's really pretty. It looks like this. And I'm going to take that on an e.l.f. blush brush. Gotta smile and get that on the apples of the cheek. I naturally have redness in my skin, so I like to use a blush that's not like ba-bam. I like it to look natural, which is why I really like these Burt's Bees blushes. I think I'm going to pick up the Bare Peach, I think is the shade. I think that's going to be the next one I pick up, but this one is really pretty. Alright, so now it's time for some highlighter. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild new loose highlighters in the shade Glow Up. Got a little bit in the lid. Alright, oh, of course I didn't grab that. I got it. And now I want to take this on a Moda highlighting brush. Just going to hit the cheekbones. Which I have some events today. Oh my gosh, that's really pretty. That's some really pretty pinky, rose goldy highlight. It's almost like, I would almost use it as like a really shiny blush topper. It's really pretty if you can see to the pan. Let's see. It's really pretty. It's really pretty in the little pan. I don't want my fingers there, of course. Today's theme is I'm getting stuff everywhere, like on my brushes, Lord. Alright guys, so I'm going to be right back. I'm going to do a quick eye look, and then we'll come back and set it and see how it sits after a few minutes before I use setting spray. And we'll be back with it. Alright guys, see you in a minute. Alright guys, so I'm back. I have finished up the rest of my face. I added some eyeshadow, which I used the Huda Beauty Smoky Obsessions palette. It's just really pretty and basic. I do a brown smoky eye almost every day. That's just my natural go-to. For lips, I went in with the NYX Liquid Suede Lip Liner in Sandstorm, and then ABH Liquid Lipstick in Crush. My eyebrows, I used the e.l.f. Instant Lift Eyebrow Pencil in the shade Blonde. My hair is still crazy. So I gave it a few more minutes to sit in my skin, and we're gonna, well, somebody apparently wants me. So I'm gonna look at it. So far, I'm not the biggest fan of it, and I hate that because I was so excited for this launch. I just feel like I look very powdery, which again, this can change because I'm going to be putting some setting spray on it. Well, apparently somebody wants me a lot. Well, I'm back after answering that ton of messages. I'm going to be using the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I really like the mist on this one. We're going to see if the setting spray helps it any. All right. Just going to really soak it. I tasted it. I hate the smell of this setting powder, but it sits on the face beautifully, so I can't say anything. And I don't know where my beauty blender went. Otherwise, I would be pushing this into my skin a little bit more, so we'll just use my fan to dry it. My mirror to dry it. So, it does look better now that setting spray has been added. But under my eyes still looks really powdery, which again, that's probably my fault. But it looks really powdery under there. I want to get up close. It looks really powdery. Give me a second, I'll zoom you guys. So I have zoomed you all in so that you can hopefully see what I'm seeing. I'm looking really cakey under my eyes, which again, that might be my own fault, so I'm going to try it again and see if that helps. But I mean, even in the areas that I didn't put as much powder, it just looks really powdery. The forehead looks okay, but especially around the lips and around the face, it just does not look the best. So right now I'm not sure, but I definitely think that I had lipstick on my teeth. Alright, so I zoomed you guys back out so that you could see the final bit of this. I'm not 100% sold. I love the idea of having Wet n Wild come out with a loose setting powder. I just don't know whether I like it or not. I really like my Coty Airspun. As far as pressed powders, I've been using the NYX No Filter. There it is, NYX No Filter pressed powder, and I've been really enjoying those powders. So they definitely do not compete against this as far as I'm concerned. I think my next, oh, I still have. So that was really weird. Something came on in the other room and there's nobody in the house. Apparently YouTube is playing. A YouTube ghost.